North America, we don't know how to de-stress. When you were in school, anybody teach you how to manage stress?
Hell no.
Hell no, right? So what do we do about it? We let it affect us.
Yeah.
So chronic stress is the biggest epidemic in the world. Leads to all the health issues in the world. Hypertension, blood pressure, stroke, digestive problems, ulcers, IBS, you name it, stress is the first culprit, right?
All right, guys, we got Jay from the Super Patch Company here today. How's it going, man?
It's doing great, man.
What's in this thing? Describe it for everyone watching.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Super Patch has been a 16-year journey for us. I started this to help my mom with her multiple sclerosis. She got diagnosed in 83. So after 25 years of care and trying almost everything in the world to help her with her symptoms, I came to the understanding that modern medicine, when it comes to neuro conditions, really only has three roadways for most people. There's some kind of chemical roadway, some kind of electrical implant roadway, or some kind of surgical roadway. But the reality is they don't talk about the real issue, which is the mind-body connection. How does our mind regulate our body? Because everybody knows that, right? That our brain, our mind somehow is connected to our body and controlling how we move, how we stand, our breathing, our pain, our sleep, our stress. So for the last 16 years, we've been decoding the neurocode of human physiology. What are the patterns in our mind? What are the brainwaves in our mind that regulate our physiology? So we've been doing that. And then we figured out how to restore those programs, the neural programs, to homeostasis, to factory reset.
Wow.
And we do it through a technology I've developed called VTT. VTT is a platform of skin stimulation. So you know how blind people read with Braille?
Yeah.
Right? Which is just texture that we've learned, but still the electrical signal is going from our fingertips into our nervous system and into our mind, which is processing the signal as language. So my theory was, if our skin can process a learned thing, can it understand things that we're pre-programmed with? Because no one teaches us pain. From the minute we're born, we can process all these natural processes. So over the last 16 years, we've developed our own system of Braille, which is like writing on the skin. So when you saw that patch, see the texture on it? Every one of our patches has a different pattern of stimulation, different pattern of texture that speaks a different language to our mind, and it uses our skin receptors to generate that nervous signal. And we do it without batteries, without electricity, without chemicals, without any supplementation, without drugs. So we've developed a true drug-free solution for some of the biggest health and wellness needs in the world.
Well done, man. Yeah. So
Thanks,
I just put 2 of these on my back. I have arthritis. So how long would I expect to start feeling it, I guess?
The clinical studies show that 85% of people see relief in about 20 minutes, and they see about a 72% reduction in the discomfort.
Wow.
This is tested against placebo. It has a p-value of 0.01. So 0.001, right? So what that means is there's no chance that this is a placebo, right? So when you take a look at studies, you want to make sure that the p factor, which is the probability, is 0.05 or less. So this means that there's only one chance out of 1,000 that what you're feeling and the benefit that people are getting in the study isn't real. Because, you know, when people see something new, they're highly skeptical. Oh, that must be a placebo. No, the study shows that this is not a placebo, that the results tested against a placebo product, a sham product, that the results were significant and they were statistically and clinically significant.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are skeptical of patches, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bad actors in the space.
Well, listen, most of the patches in the world right now, they've been around for a long time. There's a nicotine patch and they have some other kinds of patches, but 99%, 100% of the other products on there are releasing some kind of supplement, some kind of vitamin, some kind of hormone with melatonin stuff into the body. What that leads to is adaptation. Our body's going to adapt to anything that we're adding to our body, right? So whether we're adding a vitamin or adding electricity, we're going to need more and more of it to have an effect, right? We're not adding anything to the body. We're just helping the body restore itself to where it was. So what that means is there's no habituation. We don't get used to it. We don't get stuck on it. We don't get addicted to it. And there's no side effects. So nothing bad's going to come out of it. Is it 100% effective for 100% of people? No, but nothing is. Right?
Yeah.
But if we can get to working for 85% of the people with 85% effectiveness, without drugs, without side effects, that's something the world's clamoring for. The world is asking for this.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem with a lot of pills, right? The side effects.
Well, we've seen all the ads on TV, right?
Yeah.
You have one benefit and 1,000 side effects, right? One of those side effects is like you might die, right? So we're trying to stay away from that. And people are like, well, how does this come about? Why is this so important? If we take a look at the wider condition of healthcare and what people need for their health and wellness today, 85% of the people that are in the doctor's office today are there for one of three reasons: some kind of aches and pain, poor sleep, low energy, okay, fatigue. And the only thing the doctor has is something that they're going to write on a prescription pad. By law, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even allowed to talk about any complementary alternative solution. That's the healthcare system. How did it get there? Over time, right? So once upon a time, humanity, us, people like us, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, they were being wiped out by things like polio, smallpox, measles, you name it, right? And Western medicine became really, really great at making vaccines and antibiotics to deal with that. Mm-hmm. So we've wiped out those things for the most part. We don't hear about smallpox or polio. And this whole industry built around infectious diseases. What's happened, though, is over time, our needs have changed away from infectious diseases to chronic conditions. But the system still wants to make a pill because that's what it's designed to do. Mm-hmm. We're being tormented by chronic issues, right? So people say, well, I've gotten older, my balance is bad. What do you got for that? Nothing, right? So we have a patch called the Liberty Patch. It clinically shows to improve postural stability and balance in adults by 31%.
Wow.
Okay? Why is that important? Because balance is recognized as the most reliable biomarker for longevity in adults. So massive global study that showed that adults that have better balance live longer.
That's crazy.
It's fact, though. This is crazy, right? And in many parts of the world now, primary physicians are implementing a balance assessment for every patient that comes in to see them because it's the most reliable.
The Tri-Light from Therisage is no joke. Medical grade red and near infrared light with 3 frequencies per light, deep healing, real results, and totally portable. It's legit. Photo biomodulation tech in a flexible on-body panel. This is the Tri-Light from Therisage and it's next level red light therapy. It's got 118 high-powered polychromatic lights, each delivering 3 healing frequencies, red and near infrared from 580 to 980 nanometers. It's sleek, portable, and honestly, I don't go anywhere without it.
Wellness biomarker is the most reliable marker for longevity. So what in the world have you heard of that improves your balance instantly? Nothing.
No, nothing.
Right? Why? Because balance is a neurological control. Our mind controls our balance, not our shape of our feet, not our knees, not our leg muscles, none of it, right? And now we add to that other studies that we've done with our Victory Patch, which improves leg power by 10%. So not only have you more balance, you have better foundational strength, which leads to less injuries, less fall risk. All those amazing things come into play. So we've done studies for pain, for sleep, for power, for balance, for stress, all without drugs, all with clinical studies, all with efficacy, all with statistical significance.
Damn. I need that 10% one when I'm playing basketball.
Right there, the Victory Patch, first one closest to you. So we did the study at the University of Arizona with D1 athletes. So we were already talking about elite athletes. Placebo-controlled RCT study. So the placebo word cracks me up because people don't know what it is. And when you tell them the study has a p-value of 0.001, they're like, okay, we get it. So placebo had a 2% improvement. Because placebo always have something. The sham product had a 2% improvement.
Yeah.
The Victory Patch had a 10% improvement with elite athletes, improving the power coming out of their knees and balancing their weak side with their dominant side. Like you're an athlete. So how important is that as a basketball player where the weak side is now as strong as their dominant side?
Super important.
Super important, right? You're going to move left as well as you're going to move right. When you jump up, you're going to land more balance. You're going to jump up more balance. It's everything. Injury prevention is as important as performance.
Right.
Right? The number one detractor to performance, injury. Right? Skills can't overcome injury, man. Once you're hurt, you're hurt.
Yep.
So we can help that, reduce that, and help performance without drugs, without chemicals. They're not gonna pee in a container and blow out, right? It's gonna be okay.
Wow, that's huge, man.
It's massive, right? And we did it at a leading athletic school. Because that's the community we have to convince, right? Mm-hmm. Like going to a non-athletic community didn't make any sense for us. Go to the people where their athletic performance is so hard to improve. Where they're in the last percentile anyways. When you can get 10% more power, more peak inflection force from a D1 athlete,
That could be the difference with making the NBA and not 10%.
Anything, right? Because they're already elite. Imagine what could do the average person. So we have testimonials from people that are blowing past their personal best, blowing past their plateaus. We're like, okay, we'll take it without a drug. So the beautiful thing is, it doesn't matter what your exercise routine is, what your nutrition is, what your treatment plan is. Everything gets better, right? Because we're not interrupting anything. We're just enhancing it. So we don't get in the way of something. Well, my coach said, do what your coach said. He's going to do it better with this.
And can you just leave it on, or how long does it last?
So the patches are designed to last 24 hours. Then you want to peel it off and put another one in. The efficacy, the benefit lasts for that 24 hours, right? Sometimes it lasts a little bit longer, but it's designed for about 24 hours. Then you want to peel it off, clean the skin because of the adhesive, and then apply it again.
Nice.
And you don't have to if you don't want to. Because there's no addictive nature to it, because you're not going to get habituated to it. It's not going to be like, oh, you're going to start jonesing. I'm trying to I need my pad. It's like, you know what? Hey, I don't want to wear it today. That's fine. So it's not a crutch. This is a ladder. You climb this to where you want to go, and you can take it off and enjoy it.
I'm impressed, man. I got to admit, I see a lot of health products, but this is really unique.
It's one of one. There's nothing like it in the world, Sean. And the development of this took 16 years. So this wasn't like, my friends and I had an idea. It's like, oh, let's go make a patch without drugs, without chemicals. This is a 16-year journey. There's an investment of over $25 million to design this product.
Wow.
Because it's never been done before, right? And this doesn't come from another idea. Just like when Edison made the first light bulb, it wasn't improvements in candles that made the light bulb, right? It was a whole new idea. And what we have, and I believe, is the future of health and wellness, right? A lot of preeminent minds over time, guys like Tesla have said the future of our health and wellness is vibrational, it's frequency. All we're doing is generating a frequency through the skin, through touch, that our mind understands. Everything is a frequency. That's how our brain communicates with our body. Our brain communicates to our body through brain waves that become electrical impulses. And we understand that science. We understand that mind-body connection. This is what neurofeedback is. Neurofeedback is reading the neurofunction of our mind and designing whether physical exercise or mental exercise to help restore the neuroplasticity of our mind to get it back to factory reset. So instead of neurofeedback or biofeedback, we do it through a patch. So we all know about the mind-body connection. We've been talking about it for thousands of years, right? So what we do is we took that esoteric, mystical concept of the mind-body connection and made it scientific and mechanical. The best way to describe the super patch, it's the mind-body connector. It's never existed before. So we get maximum efficacy of how our mind and body talk to each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you see this as the future. You don't see supplements and pills in the future as much?
No. Listen, there's no replacement for good nutrition. I believe in supplementation. I believe in nutrition, but the challenge is it clean? Right? That's the issue, right? Is it clean supplementation? And who's regulating it? And how is it being done? And how is it being used? The risk with it is overdosing, right? If you go Google, there's kids overdosing on melatonin, man.
Wow.
That's terrifying, right? So we have a sleep patch that helps people sleep 50% faster and sleep 25% longer and get good REM sleep, wake up fresh and without grogginess, without a sleeping aid.
I'm going to try that with my 8 sleep to see.
Yeah, give it a shot, right? Wear it for a good 5 days and see if you're watching it on your watch or on your Whoop or on your Fitbit, you're going to see the metrics saying like, and you're going to wake up thinking, what the heck just happened? Without a pill? So you put it on an hour before you want to go to sleep, do your regular routine, go to bed, you're going to wake up refreshed. Because the quality of sleep, people think it's just about length of sleep. It's not just length, it's quality. We got to get to REM sleep and we got to get to deep sleep. That's where our mind recovers and rejuvenates. If we're not sleeping well, nothing's going to work right. Everybody knows that. But 7 out of 10 Americans don't sleep well. 7 out of 10, man.
It's high.
It's terrifying, right? And how does that impact their work, their life, their career, their relationships?
Everything.
I know when I don't sleep, I'm cranky. My wife lets me know, you're cranky. Yeah, I know. Right? We're all the same. We need to rest. But society has a different plan. So we have our peace patch for stress. Think about this, dude. Clinical studies show, against a control, a 33% reduction in stress and anxiety and a 24% improvement in mental health factors.
Wow.
Without a drug, without a pill. So we presented the findings. So we present our findings to leading medical congresses in the world. So our studies have been presented at Pain Week here in Vegas. It's been presented at the World Congress of Pain, the British Sleep Society, American Sleep Society, and the World Congress of Psychiatry. So this isn't, Jay working out of a garage and some woo-woo science. We do the research. It's peer-reviewed. It's published. And then we want to share it with the wider world. So we present our findings and our data to these massive congresses, these renowned congresses who have their own review board who read it.
I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the show a lot with the algorithm. Thank you.
Because they're interested in bringing something new and exciting to the world as well. And they go, oh, this is new and exciting. And what's great for us is that when we're there, there's nothing like it. And people are like, oh, that's possible? Because this was a very solitary journey. Because imagine, I'm a computer scientist computer coder by education and training. And when I started proposing these ideas to people taking care of my mom with her MS, they're like, you know what, Jay, stick to software. This is not the same. I'm like, well, you tell me how the mind is controlling the body. Because obviously the signal's not getting through, so quantify that signal for me. And what I came to realize is they didn't know. Why? Because they're stuck in a paradigm. They're stuck in an old way of thinking. Everything in neurology is theory. I'll challenge anyone to come back and tell me otherwise. We don't know anything for a fact about our mind. Everything's a guess. Everything is a theory. Some theories prove to be right. Most of them prove to be wrong. If you read a 30-year-old textbook, right, Sean, in neurology, they're going to tell you that brain damage is permanent. We know that's not true anymore. That neuroplasticity allows us to recoup and recover and restore our mind. How's that possible? Well, they said before it wasn't. So what you have is a lot of academia that's interested in publishing and research and all these different things to run it. I'm an engineer. What are we? We're problem solvers. What's the problem? Identify all the variables, quantify the ones that you don't know, and study, deduce what those unknown variables are so you can get to a solution. That's why it took 16 years. It didn't happen overnight.
Respect.
Right? Why? I wanted to help my mom and I had the financial resources to do it. Somebody that didn't have the financial, maybe they don't do it. Right? So I kind of find myself very fortunate to be in a position to go and to do this. But being a software guy, being a coder, I took a different perspective of understanding the mind-body connection as opposed to a chemical connection. Because medicine right now is biochemistry with pills, right?
Yeah.
This is physics. So I said, no. What trumps chemistry? Physics trumps chemistry, right? Because there's rules in physics, there's math in physics, and you can try to understand that correlation. At the end of the day, everything's a frequency. And if we can deduce the frequencies that help regulate our body and figure out how to restore those frequencies, we're going to deliver solutions that are drug-free and really evergreen solutions for the world.
I love that, man. Everything is a frequency.
It is.
Some people would say that's spiritual and kind of
No. Listen, that's all nonsense. I'll tell you why. Theory of relativity is equals mc squared. So what's mass? What's matter? Matter is part of that equation. It's light impacted by energy. So what you and I are, we're not separate. We're light condensed. That's what EMC squared tells us. We are light condensed. What is light? Light's a vibrational frequency.
That's crazy.
That's all we are.
Yeah, I'm trying to comprehend that right now.
No, but it's fact, right? Everything at the core of it is a frequency. There's no such thing as a photon or an electron or a proton. It's a vibrating energy.
So you're saying we're light, though?
Einstein said we're light.
So we're not like a physical body?
No. At the core of it, we're not.
That's crazy to think about.
Well, listen, if we agree that E equals mc squared and we believe in quantum mechanics and quantum physics, then we're not solid. We're vibrating energy. That's just condensed in that moment of time because of how energy is being condensed and impacting light. That's all it is. But think about it. Light goes into our eyeball. Random light from all over this room is going into my eyeball. And we know that that photon goes through the optic nerve, but it becomes a wave, becomes a movie, becomes you, becomes a memory, becomes a thought. What are we talking about right now? That's not real. That's not matter, right? What are our memories? What's our consciousness? It's all energetic.
Wow. That's so fascinating.
But it's just physics. Right?
Yeah.
And physics will bring you to the conclusion that everything is vibrating. Right?
Yeah.
And if we accept that everything is vibrating, we can restore that vibration to its harmonic resonance, to its base vibration, to what it wants to be. Our body wants to be a certain way, but our neurology is constantly compromised, right? We get sick, our neurology gets compromised, but we don't know how to speak to it. People in the world don't, like, especially North America, we don't know how to de-stress. When you were in school, anybody teach you how to manage stress?
Hell no.
Hell no, right? So what do we do about it? We let it affect us.
Yeah.
So chronic stress is the biggest epidemic in the world. It leads to all the health issues in the world. Hypertension, blood pressure, stroke, digestive problems, ulcers, IBS, you name it. Stress is the first culprit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing about it? Pills, right?
Yeah.
Have their own issues.
Antidepressants,
you name it, right? So, but if we could identify the neural program that manages our anxiety and our stress and restore it to balance, bring it back to homeostasis without a pill, that's what the study shows. Oh, we can actually bring back balance to our body without any risk, right? So people come back and say, well, how's that possible? I said, listen, this is not overnight. So this is why we present to those congresses and their eyes light up and they go, what else? I go, we're going to keep doing research. We're going to keep developing new products because there's never enough. We just started, right? We're not doing anything else. We've hacked the human neurocode and we've hacked the skin to brain connection. And now we believe that we can communicate with the autonomic system in our body, which doesn't speak consciously, right? I mean, I can't say to myself, oh, be de-stressed or pain go away. It doesn't communicate that way. The language the mind understands is a brainwave. It's a frequency.
Interesting.
Right? And everybody agrees with that. I go, so why aren't we focusing on that? Right? Our mind, our autonomic system doesn't speak English. Right? Because when we were born, we could feel pain. We needed to sleep. We could feel fear. We could move our arms and legs. Nobody taught us, right?
Right.
So what was that mind communicating itself with? And with our body with? Initial brainwaves, which express neurofunction, which then becomes an electrical signal that goes through our body and peripheral system. And there's a feedback loop that comes back. That's what neurofeedback is. So instead of relying on physical movement or visual movement or auditory sounds, we can stimulate the same response through our skin.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like disease and stress, does that only exist in lower vibration states? Like how does that work?
Disease is complicated. So we don't claim to cure any disease because there's a lot of pathology around it. There's a lot of reasons people get sick, so especially with things like viruses and infections.
Yeah.
So like if you have an infection, you better get some antibiotics. You better get some penicillin because you don't want to get sick, right? If you have an infectious disease, that's a different treatment. What we're talking about is getting the body back to homeostasis, to balance. So it's in the best possible position to deal with all the things that come our way, right? So, but we know it's clinically proven. When we're sad, we get sicker. When we're tired, we get sicker. When we're stressed out, we get sicker, right?
Yeah.
You ever meet people that are always afraid and always sick?
Yeah, because they're living in fear, right?
They're living in fear, right? So what happens is their body is compensating for that vibrational frequency coming from their mind, saying, oh, you know what? Oh, something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Well, why is that?
Yeah.
Right? When people are strong, physically strong, and they're mentally strong, you find that they have more resilience.
100%. When I was in college, I got sick once a week because I was so depressed.
Yeah. Mental health is the number one issue in college right now. It's the number one issue with collegiate athletes because they're juggling so many balls, so many expectations, so many demands on their time and their performance.
Yeah. And
they're having a hard time cope, and no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about mental health in collegiate sports.
Yeah, especially guys, yeah.
There's bad news every day coming out of colleges about, kids that can't cope. And in high school.
Yeah.
And in professional sports. Right? Why? Because they don't want to talk about it. A good friend of mine is Jay Glazer, and he does this amazing speech on mental health, and he shared his story and his struggles with mental health. And he's a great advocate for us. And he's like, listen, he goes, guys especially need a place to talk. And his favorite patches are the peace patch, the freedom patch, because he's also a boxer and an MMA. The freedom patch for the pain that you put on there.
What's the peace one, the blue one?
Yeah, the blue one there.
So this helps with mental health?
Yeah. Statistically significant, reduces stress and anxiety, and improves mental health.
Nice.
Right?
I'm gonna take that one.
So he's taking this to all of his friends in professional sports. The product's in 6 professional teams in the NFL and more coming on board because his friends use it.
Wow.
They tell their teams about it, teammates about it, other ones know, and they're like, they don't have to talk about it because you can wear that patch anywhere. You don't need to share with what you can if you want to, but you don't have to, which also takes that fear of saying, exposing what somebody's dealing with. Everybody's a little bit different, right? So our thing is not for people to say, oh, I'm dealing with this, because some people don't want to talk about it. It gives them an opportunity to get help on their terms, the way they want to get it, right? I don't want people to feel bad about using it, but I want them to feel empowered to use this in the way that's going to suit their lifestyle.
Yeah. Dude, I love this. I don't see risks. Like you said, no side effects.
Well, there's no side effects. There's no ingredients. There is no risk, right? The worst thing is it won't work for you. And that happens to 7% of the people. Okay, money back guarantee.
Wow.
Money back guarantee. No
You're
problem.
actually refunding people that aren't happy?
Yeah. 30-day, no questions, money back guarantee. No, because listen, this is not, if I'm saying, hey, this thing's going to help you, and you trust me, and you say, okay, I'm going to try it, Jay, and it doesn't help you, okay, then I feel there's a moral obligation to say, you know what, it didn't work for you, man. Because the objective here is to help the quality of life of humanity across the world without a drug and without a pill. That's the purpose. That's the mission, right? Along the ways, unfortunately, I can't help 100% of the people because that's not how our bodies and mind work, right?
Yeah. Is that like because of they're doubtful? Like what causes that 5 to 7%?
Their belief system has got nothing to do with it. It is, why are they feeling the way that they're feeling? There'll be some more complex underlying issues that we don't know about. So there's 3 things that affect the effectiveness of the patch. One is their overall health and wellness. Where are they in the stage of their life, right?
Yeah.
2 is their neuropotential. Just like athletic potential, there's something called neuropotential. Not everybody, I can train all day, but I'm never going to be a basketball player like you. Why? There are physical limitations, right? So there's something called neuropotential.
And that's how smart you could potentially get.
Well, it's how, what is the robustness of your neurology and your mind-body connection? Although we're all wired the same way, the potential of it is different.
Got it.
And the third thing is neuroefficiency. How well does your neurology work? How, and everybody's different. So the output for everyone is a little bit different, but it works. People sometimes don't get everything that they want out of it. And I'm sympathetic to that. That's why I said, listen, if it didn't work for you the way you think, no problem. Here's your money back. Yeah, 30 days, try it out. Because this isn't about taking somebody's money and not giving them any value. I don't think that's the way it should be, right? My job is to deliver value. And people that love it, they really love it. And the 5%, I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Maybe I'll get something figured out, right? And then we'll get to that solved too.
Well, you can make a lot of impact with 95%. So
yeah,
well
I think
done.
so.
Well done.
Thank you, brother.
Like I said, I see a lot of health products in the biohacking space, and this one really stands out to me genuinely.
It's one of one, man. There's nothing like it in the world. He was like, well, how come you guys figured it out? Because we were looking for a solution. This started off as a solitary mission to help my mom with her mobility and her MS, right? But as I started decoding the human neurocode, you're like, oh my God, I can see pain. I can see stress. I can, beyond mobility, we can see their mood. We can see sleep programs. I can see. So our diagnosis of the development of this started with development of an algorithm that I wrote. It's 5.5 million lines of code that I wrote. It took me about 4 years to write this program that helps me deduce metadata, large sets of EEG data. You know, stuff that your friend uses for the neurofeedback.
Yeah.
There's a database that's used to see normative function against dysfunction, right? So I wrote my own software to help deduce those different neural programs. Because you can't improve something you can't see or measure, right? So that took a while. And I took a different approach to writing that. It's algorithmic. There's a lot of proprietary science, a lot of proprietary math in that, right? To help the diagnosis. And then figuring out how to restore that to skin stimulation, that I believe is completely divine inspiration. Like to see that connection, to see that formula of how's this going to fit together. But it didn't happen overnight. This was 16 years of incremental improvement. Okay, I can do this, and we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Knowing full well that the light at the end of the tunnel was daylight, and it was hope for billions of people.
Yeah, the skin connection. I want to talk about that because a lot of people are just throwing all weird shit on their skin, like lotion.
Without
sunscreen.
caring.
Yeah.
Right? And so what's in it? Don't know. I'm like, okay, well, read the ingredients, right? And you find into it. So we have a patch here called the Lumi patch. It's for radiant, glowing skin. People are like, how's that possible? I said, okay. I go, a lot of people don't know.
Which one is it?
It's called Lumi. I hope it's in that box.
Yeah. It is.
So
for skin.
we have a natural bioluminescence in our body, right, Sean?
Yeah.
So our skin, a square centimeter of our skin gives about 10,000 photons. Nobody knows this, but this is what it is, right? That biophotonics is a byproduct of cell respiration, okay? Cell respiration is a completely metabolic process which has a neurological control to it. So you can always, at the end of the day, there's a neurological control that regulates that, right? So if we can maximize and optimize cell metabolism, a few amazing things are going to happen, right? So the biophotonics is a byproduct of cell metabolism. Some of it comes out of biophotonics, some is wasted, and some goes to ATP production in a cell. If I can improve that, optimize that through the metabolic function of neurology, I can optimize cell respiration. What happens? We get more biophotonics, less waste, and more ATP. This is where the magic happens. If our skin cells are getting better ATP production, that means they're replacing themselves with healthier, better cells. So over time, we're seeing drastic changes in the quality of skin people are having. So it's beauty from the inside out. So not only do you get a glowing countenance, the quality of the skin that we're having is better.
Wow.
Right? Why? Because our skin is so magical, right? So that's just on that. But you asked a question, but how does the skin talk to the body?
Yeah.
So it's really old science. And you're going to laugh. So 1939, two doctors at Columbia University, Dr. Rabin and Dr. Milbourne, literally the smartest guys probably in the world at that time, right? They published a paper at Columbia University that proved that every single cell in our body was transmitting and receiving a signal. 1939, they were basically an antenna. 6 years later, they won the Nobel Prize for helping develop the MRI.
Wow.
1939.
That's
we knew.
Crazy.
So think about this, dude. Right? You're a young guy.
Yeah.
I'm in my mid-50s. Way before I was born, like 86 years ago, eminent scientists in this country proved that every cell was receiving and transmitting a signal. People say, it's already doing it. We know this. That's the first thing. Second thing is when I started my research around 2009, there was a study that came out of California by a preeminent doctor named Dr. Papatupian. And he discovered for the first time the ion channels, the transducers in our skin that actually generate the nervous signal that goes to our brain. We've always known that the skin was generating sensation, but he discovered something called piezo2. That's the name that's given to the ion channel in our skin that responds to touch and texture and pressure. As soon as we touch it, it generates a very specific signal. Okay? So what I figured out is how to use those piezos, how to use the free nerve endings, how to use the different receptors, the Merkel cells, the Purkinje corpuscles in our skin to collaboratively generate a nervous signal that our mind understands to help restore that. This is our largest organ. It's sending information to our skin. It's from our skin to our body all the time. We sense cold, we sense heat, we sense texture, right? If I stood behind you and I drew a number 8 on your back, how long would it take you to figure out that was a number 8?
Quickly, right?
How?
Instant. Brain. Oh, skin.
Yeah, how?
Brain connection.
How?
Right?
Right? Somehow your skin is telling your brain that this is the combination of the reception and stimulation that happened. And oh, by the way, this is a number 8. You'd probably know it's a number 8 before I even finish. Right?
Yeah.
You're sitting across from me. If I said, you know what, Sean, close your eyes, and I put that pen in your hand, how long for you to recognize that it's a pen in your hand?
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
So somehow all of those receptors in your fingers and your hand are going to coordinate that information without speaking, without sight, without heat, to say, oh, we recognize that this is a pen, right? Certainly that's learned. But those pre-programmed things that we have in our mind, the programs that we're born with, the mind is also going to recognize. We don't need to teach our brain the pain program. It's already pre-programmed. The sleep program is already pre-programmed. The mood program is already pre-programmed.
Crazy to think
right?
about
So
it,
we're just, so, you know, it's a joke that I tell you, the whole world is chasing AI. What I'm building on is OI, original intelligence. This is what we're programmed with. And this is what we've hacked, and this is what we're using to leverage health and wellness. OI, original intelligence. We all got it. We're all built with it. We're all born with it, but we don't use it.
You got to trademark that.
It is. It's
I love it. He's already on it.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase.
It's totally, you have to, but these are things that rent space in my head, excuse the pun, right? Because I'm always thinking about how do I make this better? How do I communicate this? People's like, well, make it simpler. I go, this is neuroscience. This is not easy. There's a lot of math. There's a lot of reading. Like, I mean, my research, I've read 50,000 papers and 500 textbooks, and I don't know how many lectures I've attended.
Jeez.
All to understand what we didn't know so I could find out what needed to be known.
Well done, man. Can you stack these? Like, can you wear
Yeah, you can stack them, bro. I got 4 on right now.
Really? Holy crap. So you could just keep putting them on and there's no
whatever you want to feel like, right? So listen, today I'm going to go play. I'm going to work out today, put on the victory patch, have a smashing day, go to the gym, get a maximum workout, go play your game. You're rock and rolling.
And it doesn't matter where on the body? Like,
so the pain patch, you want to put closest to the pain as you can feel it.
Yeah.
By the way, how's your back feeling?
Feels good. I don't know if it's placebo, but it feels good.
No, the study says it's not a placebo. The study says it's not. The statistical value of 0.01 says that that's not a fluke.
It feels good. I want to try the posture one because I have scoliosis too, and like sometimes I
put the Liberty on. It'll help your posture.
Liberty
right in front of you.
This one, yeah. I got to try this one too.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this for a week and document it on my Instagram.
You got a bunch of stuff. Give it a shout, and then maybe we'll come back and so we got an Ignite patch. It helps you burn 20% plus more calories at rest.
Crap.
Right. So I'll come back with the doctors and we got a calorie reader, RMR reader. And with 1 hour, so you do it before, right? We do the reading. get your RMR, put the patch on, 45 minutes, we come back, put you in the chair, read you again, you're burning 20% more calories.
No way.
Without stimulants.
20%'s a lot.
It's a lot, bro.
Yeah, if you eat 2,000 calories a day, that's 400.
It's extra. Like 400 calories you're burning while you're Netflixing, while you're podcasting, while you're doing whatever you're doing, right?
Ozempic. Let's put that
just
on.
Don't smash an extra pizza, because that's not going to help, right? So you
right.
gotta, if you keep everything the same, you're going to have a more caloric efficiency, right? But it's like, well, can I use it to keep losing? No, your body is going to go to balance, because what happens is our caloric burn, because of stress, injuries, lifestyle, diets, gets out of whack. We're going to bring it back normal. Too little weight is not healthy either. Right? There is a good weight that we should be. There's a good caloric intake that we should be taking and burning. And with that patch, it eases your body toward where you should be in terms of burning the calories that we need.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
Natural, safe, no side effects, doesn't impact your diet. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. The obesity rates are nuts in our country.
Preconditioned diabetes.
Yeah. What is it at right now? What percentage?
Over a third, almost 40%.
Wow. For pre-diabetes?
Pre-diabetes is a shattering number, right? 40% obesity in this country. They're saying more than 50% of people have pre-diabetes or diabetes by 2030.
Holy crap. Coin flip.
Right? It's like, oh, okay. What are we doing about it? Prevention is the key. Listen, but the thing is, prevention involves lifestyle change, which is the hardest thing to implement. Everybody knows to be healthy, you got to eat clean and exercise. Everybody knows this, right?
Yeah. No one does it. Yeah.
Lifestyle change. Change is the big culprit, but that applies to everything, not just health. It applies to our wealth. Warren Buffett's written a lot of books. But you have to do it. Discipline is a thing. Right? To say, well, you know what? This is going to lead down the wrong way. I have to implement these changes in my life. What's beautiful about the product is it fits any lifestyle. We're not asking you to change your lifestyle. It's patch and go. Wake up in the morning, do what you take off your sleep patch if you want, put on your next patch, you're ready to go.
Yeah, it's easy.
You can hide it underneath your shirt. You can show it. You can market it. You don't have to do it. You can wear it in privacy, whatever you want to do.
Where can people get this stuff?
You can get it online at superpatch.com.
Awesome. Anything else you want to close off with, man? That was awesome.
And I really appreciate you giving us time, but I'd love to come back and do the test with you. We can do a neurofeedback test, show you how your brainwaves are changing in real time. But I think that calorie thing for the young out there, because, Ozempic's a thing. And people don't understand. If all your viewers and all your listeners, do your research. Before you put stuff in your body, do your research. Protect yourself.
Next time we'll do some tests, guys. Stay tuned. But stay tuned on my Instagram. I'm going to document the sleep one for sure, because I have 8 sleeps, so we can compare the numbers.
That'll be great, man.
Yeah,
Look forward to it. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Pleasure, brother.
Check them out, guys. Check out Super Patch. Peace.